From Salt Lake City, Utah, the scene for the Grizzlies. He can hurt you inside or drop it in from range. Jaren Jackson will be looking to do it all for his team as they get ready for action at Vivint Smart Home Arena. Grizzlies, Jazz. We'll be right back for the tip-off.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Salt Lake City as the Jazz go up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, for the Grizzlies, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. You look at former Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert, Kenny. We talk about his size, but what else do you really like about his game?
He plays with an edge, Ernie. Plays with a lot of passion. And he has endurance for a big guy. A lot of big guys, and maybe with the exception of Shaq over here, they don't play both ends of the court for long periods of time.
And he's not content on just being a great defender, but a great rebounder. He really wants to help the team on the offensive end also.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later. Au revoir.
Adios.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action. Coming to you live on this Saturday night. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Jazz. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And, of course, Memphis, 3 spots below.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yep, they're already been written off by a lot of people this season. I'm not ready to give up on them quite yet, but they better show me something soon.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. Well, Smitty, as we know, there's talk of playing more regular season games overseas. Good idea, or is the season hard enough as it is?
I like the balance where it is right now, Kevin. A few games you get a chance to go overseas, during the season or preseason, but just add more travel. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Jackson in at the 3. And for the Jazz, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. Gobert is out there with Davis, and it's Conley in at the point. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. Now here's Morant, covered by Conley. Brooks kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. Here's Morant. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Morant's got the game going here with the first basket for the Grizzlies. Conley up top. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Mitchell wide open. Up again. Davis on the follow.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Morant. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. Pass to Valanciunas. Over Gobert. Jackson. Great positioning on the putback.
And he's really great at keeping after misses, using those long arms and quick instincts to snag rebounds.
Now here's Conley. He's guarded closely. Doesn't go that time. There's the lob to Jackson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Stolen by Jackson. Morant with it. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Out to the right wing. Now here's Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jackson. Second shot opportunity, and Valanciunas with the layup.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Gobert dishes to Conley. Mitchell against Brooks. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
This is what impressed scouts with Mitchell. 6'10" wingspan for a player who is 6'3". That's going to get you some rebounds.
Now here's Morant. And there's the pass to Jackson. Back to Brooks. Here's Morant. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
The rugged toughness of Morant. Excellent at fighting through there and capitalizing in style.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
That's good from Morant. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Here's Brooks. Knocked loose. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. 7-point differential. They get it back. Gobert. Nice D from Valanciunas.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball was right there.
Jazz have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Conley finds Gobert. Pass to Mitchell. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Valanciunas. Jackson drives in. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Conley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now the dish to Mitchell. To stop the run. Outside Conley. The 3. Utah the rebound. On the wing, Mitchell. Brooks covering. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And Bogdanovich is a consistent shooter from outside. Once he's in rhythm, he's comfortable from firing from beyond.
Now here's Morant. He's got 5. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Conley. Back to Bogdanovich. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Davis with the bucket.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Now here's Morant. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Jackson down low. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Lets it go from 14. Brooks misses. Jazz trail by 6. Passes to Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
Now Morant. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
What you like about Conley, he has a nice assortment of shots in that mid-range area.
Here's Morant. Michael Conley making his last shot. Outside Jackson. To end the cold streak. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Mitchell outside. Has to Gobert. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
For the Jazz, Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Bogdanovich. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Memphis also making some changes. Jay Crowder's checked in for Jackson. Clark comes in for Josh Jackson. And it's Anderson in for Dylan Brooks.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And fan heckling that crosses the line, Smitty. We saw the Utah Jazz ban someone for life. How can the NBA do a better job of protecting the players?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I think each organization, let's take our hat off to the Utah Jazz. They acted swiftly and quickly, and I love what they did. They banned the fan for life, and I think you got to get more of that. And also, I think, you know, as far as the NBA and also along with these teams, have some kind of pregame or, like you said, before the season start, just reinforcing and stating the rules.
Here's Morant after Ed Davis's score. Now the pass to Valanciunas. Right wing. Here's Clark to end the drought. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. So it's the Jazz now, trailing by 2. Clarkson passes to Davis. Crowder against Clarkson. Tips it up, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Grizzlies have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Now here's Morant, defended by Moutier. Here's Clark, and Davis pulls it down. And the Grizzlies, they come in off the loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect.
And here are the Grizzlies now, following the miss by Emmanuel Moutier.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Outside, Davis. He kicks it to Clarkson. Pass to Moutier. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Jay Crowder pulls it in. Memphis leading. Here's Morant, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Morant's got 7.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Clarkson. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And here's Morant. He has 7. Up top, Valanciunas. No one near him. Count it. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
Nice play to run for Valanciunas in terms of variety, getting him something in rhythm and in space.
So it's the Jazz now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. That did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
Now here's Anderson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To the right side. Here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now it's a 6-point Memphis lead.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
1:29 left in the first quarter of the game. Clarkson kicks to Davis. Clarkson taking his time here. Chalk up 2 there.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Here's Clark. His last outing, he had 8 points. Out to the wing. Here's Morant. Dishes to Valanciunas. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Clark for 3. Rebound, Utah.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
For the Jazz, Bradley comes in for Gobert. And Williams-Goss subbed in for Ed Davis. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Jones is checked in. Now here's Bradley. Kicks it to Clarkson. The rebound by Anderson. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Jones, and he drops it in from the low post.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Moutier pass to Ingles. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Utah shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Both free throws good for Moutier. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jones with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Right wing. Here's Valanciunas. Can't connect from 14 feet out. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Memphis out in front, leading by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
the ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league, and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Utah, Clarkson is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Bradley. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Williams-Goss in at the two-guard spot.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And this summer, a lot of work in the weight room for Jaren Jackson Jr. Rebounding, one of his few weaknesses last season. Adding strength, it will help.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. And a high rate of fouls for Jaren Jackson, and Smitty dating back to college.
You're right. Adding strength can also help in that area. Able to do your work early is also a key for him, and also denying deep position.
Allen drives in, and it's blocked by Bradley.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Back to Clarkson. At the elbow, it's Bradley. Anderson with the block.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
And good that time. And now a 7-point Grizzly lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so it's Mudiay with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Clarkson against Anderson. Clock at 4. Will it go? Another miss by Utah.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Here's Jones. Second chance shot. Valanciunas, good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Jazz trail by 9. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay. And the Grizzlies also with a sub. Jackson's checked in. Jones, no luck. The Jazz have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Mitchell.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
Now here's Jones. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Passes it to Valanciunas. Fires the three. But they recover it. Tries again, and it's blocked by Bradley. Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers. Step back shot, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And now it's only a 5-point Grizzly lead. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Allen outside. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Look at the concentration from Valanciunas on that play. Takes the foul and still finishes the play.
Steve, we've seen a few guys score close to 70 points in a game recently. Devin Booker of Phoenix certainly has gotten to that mark. Who might be the next guy to get to 7?
I think James Harden, because the way he shoots the 3-ball and gets to the free throw line, he's one. Steph Curry for sure. Kevin Durant. And I think Giannis in a few years, if he can start knocking down those threes, because I'm sure he can get about 40 points in the paint, 10 at the line, but he needs to knock down a few threes.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Bradley dishes to Mitchell. Here's Bogdanovich. No good that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Allen drives in. Count that one. And it's a 10-point Memphis lead. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facility.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Allen's shot is off. Jazz trail by 8. Pass to Williams-Goss. Shoots. Misses off the left iron.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Jones finds Jackson. Outside Jackson. Unloads from 9. Connects. The jumper drops. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter. Utah has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Mitchell passes to Bogdanovich. Over in the corner, Conley. Offline with his 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Left side Jackson. And the shot goes in. Jackson's got 10 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
And the Jazz making a change here. Gobert's checked in. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Clark, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Crowder comes in for Jaren Jackson. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Grayson Allen. And it's Morant in for Jones. Now here's Brooks. Fires the 3. And Morant gets it to go on the assist by Brooks. 12 points for Ja Morant.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
Mitchell against Brooks. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. The pass to Gobert. Brooks against Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Buries it from 3-point range. He has 7.
This is what you get from a vet looking to recapture the momentum for his team with the answer 3.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. Jackson kicks to Brooks. Pass to Crowder. Shoots over Bradley. Shot by Crowder, no good. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. A 12-point game. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with a win.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Now here's Morant. Over by Conley. Passes it to Crowder. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
He's so strong. Jay Crowder overcoming physical defense with great power and body control.
Utah has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Mitchell passes to Bradley. Shoots over Crowder. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Memphis leading by 12. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
And Utah another three.
And Bogdanovich plays with good rhythm and pace to his game. Has no problem going to the pull-up J when the D lays off him.
Pass to Brooks. Over Mitchell. Brooks misses. Utah has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Yep, it counts. Mitchell's got 10 points in the game.
That's the result of hard work. Mitchell just gets better and better off the bounce. There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Now here's Brooks. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it's Morant missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school. 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
And he knocks down the first one. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Here's what Utah is going with right now. Davis comes in for Bradley, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Bogdanovich. One record that doesn't get much attention, Steve, a league-wide drop in turnovers. Last season was the lowest rate ever for turnovers in the NBA. It was terrific.
It was, and I think the reason why is teams are doing a good job offensively of sharing the basketball. There's not a lot of over-dribbling. And I think also the three-point shot. Guys are not driving the basketball because that can create turnovers. With the chance of driving it, they're catching and they're shooting from a long distance.
Here's Clark after Ed Davis's score. Brooks up on top, covered by Mitchell, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And, you know, Smitty, just a wall of muscle. Jay Crowder, one of those power wings that seems every team is looking for these days.
Yeah, he's able to straddle that line between perimeter and interior play. His versatility and competitive will set him apart.
And the first one at the line is good.
A changing of the guard for the Grizzlies. Their star veterans traded away. They held out as long as they could, but it was time.
Moutier, he's checked in for Utah. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. And so he hits both. And those great veterans, Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, Tony Allen, Zach Randolph had become a part of the fabric, Steve, of the Grizzlies franchise and the city of Memphis.
Tough to move on from that level of connection. All good things, though, have to end.
Here's Clarkson. The teardrop falls in. Clarkson's got his third bucket of the night.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time.
Now here's Brooks. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the pass to Morant. Puts up a three. Rebound, Utah. Mitchell's got his fourth rebound in this one. From 18 feet away, they grab their own miss. Got a hand on it.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
Shooting two.
No good on that one.
You know, he stands 6'3", but Donovan Mitchell's 6'11" wingspan more than compensates. He has the tools to be an elite two-way player.
And look at the physical profile for Mitchell, a world-class athlete.
And it's his aggressiveness for me that puts him over the top. Doesn't shrink from the big moments. He embraces that spotlight.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Now, here's Moutier. He's tightly guarded. Gobert dishes to Moutier. Inside, here's Davis. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. And that's 10 points for Davis.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Morant kicks to Brooks. Crowder against Gobert. Crowder, the pass to Brooks. No good on the three.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now here's Morant, defended by Moutier. Outside Crowder from deep. And that one released in time, but no good.
You have to give major credit to the hustle of Gobert. He really goes all out on D.
And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 3. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Jazz trail by 3, so on the floor for Memphis. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Jackson in at the small forward. Offensive rebound. Nice ball movement by Utah. Back to Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Gobert.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Not known for his defense, but Valanciunas did a great job on that play.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Valanciunas dishes to Brooks. Valanciunas inside. Gobert on him. No good from Valanciunas. And it's Davis with the ball for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 1. Here's Gobert, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Gobert's got 4 points in the quarter.
Rudy wanted it more than anyone else. He's going to be around for a long time. Look forward to watching him.
Shoots from the block. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Tremendous composure on display. When they were down big, they did not panic. They just stuck with the game plan.
And Valanciunas kicks to Jackson. Back to Valanciunas. Gobert with the block.
The size and reach of Gobert making him a tremendous defensive anchor, protecting the paint.
Bogdanovich passes to Gobert. And here is Conley. Mitchell with it. Now Valanciunas defending. And the rejection by Jackson. A second chance effort. He gets that one. Conley's got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz.
Great hustle on display. And you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. And that time, also a missed shot.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Well, when it comes to carrying an offense, few young players do it as well as Donovan Mitchell.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. In third, the Jazz.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Now here's Morant. He's got 14. Pass to Jackson. Pulls up on the elbow, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Jackson's got 6.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Utah.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Morant. On the wing, Brooks. Covered by Mitchell. Brooks, the pass to Jackson. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Jackson misses.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Here's Bogdanovich, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Josh Jackson.
And when you look at Utah, This team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, Ja Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, two of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Back to Jones. Allen outside. Fires from the wing. Good D by Mitchell.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Jackson passes to Jackson. Back to Jackson for the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Bogdanovich against Jackson. Outside, Davis. Conley surveying the D. His three-pointers off the mark.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1 3, and that was in the first half.
Allen inside, covered by Mitchell, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Allen. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Wednesday, they'll start out on the road and play the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And for their matchup with the Magic, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Jackson misses. Jazz leading by 8. Here's Mitchell. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And for a man his size, it's amazing how Gobert gets up and down the court.
Conley against Jones. Valanciunas in the high post. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And 11 points for Valanciunas.
Valanciunas has a look from the mid-range. He is very comfortable taking it.
Now Conley. He's got 9. Pass to Gobert. Davis inside. Jackson on him. Second shot opportunity. And Davis can't get it to go. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Jones drives in. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Those are the scores that get Valanciunas going in a game.
And it's the Jazz's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Conley dishes to Gobert. He kicks to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Over in the corner, Conley. Good on the three-point shot. Conley's got 12 points in the game.
Give Conley credit. He's recognized the need to become a knockdown shooter and put in the work.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Last season, Mike Conley became the Grizzlies' all-time leader in points scored. He was already first in assists, steals, and three-pointers.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Gobert. Clarkson comes in for Bogdanovich. Williams-Goss, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Then for the Grizzlies, Jay Crowder's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Josh Jackson. And it's Anderson in for Allen. Here's Jones. And he overshot that one, missing. And Smitty, when it's all said and done, Mike Conley's jersey has to go in the Memphis Rampage.
Absolutely. Over a decade in a Grizzlies uniform, he helped lead them to the best years in franchise history.
Jones, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Superb vision and decision by Jay Crowder. Rotating the ball, executing this offensively, flawless.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for Utah. And here's Moutier. He's got 5. It's stolen by Jones. Pass to Clark. It's stolen by Davis. Moutier looking around. Feeds to Davis. Kicks to Ingles. Crowder with the steal. Here's Anderson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Slow-mo, even on the drive. Anderson has a tricky, old-school game. The 6'9" Kyle Anderson has a 7'3" wingspan. A big asset defensively. Not the most athletic, but he racks up blocks and steals.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And you look at Anderson. He likes playing with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he has good ball handling for his size and great court vision. We call him slow-mo, but he can get to the rim on his drives, and he's a good finisher when he gets inside.
And last season, the Grizzlies increasing their rate of 3-point attempts, but still bottom 6 in attempts and percentage.
This team needs more shooting. Shooting. The grit and grind era is over. Their offense has to be more dynamic.
Here's Jones following the basket by Emmanuel Moutier. Anderson outside trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. The pass to Crowder. The rebound by the Jazz. Davis has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Headshot off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's Anderson. 5 points in the game. Pass to Clark. Clock at 6. Now with a strong mix of perimeter and interior defense, these leading shot blockers among small forwards this past month have had a very good run at their own end of the court. Take a look at Clark, second in the NBA, a great defender.
Just superb in terms of their athletic defending ability. I mean, all of them. They never give up on a play and do everything they can to challenge each and every shot.
They use their athleticism, but also we have to look at they have a high basketball IQ on the defensive end. A lot of their blocks come from the help side.
The first free throw is good.
The Jazz this summer had a lot of flexibility. That also meant a lot of decisions to make. Stick with what you have or try to revamp.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
And the Jazz looking to add more shooting in free agency.
They wanted snipers at any position. Also more shot creation alongside Donovan Mitchell. We'll see how they will do.
Here's Williams-Goss. He dishes it to Moutier. It's stolen by Jones. And it's Memphis on the break and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 5 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Clark.
They had some turmoil for the Grizzlies last season. Player confrontations in the locker room, confusion over which Brooks they were including in a trade, Marshawn or Dillon. I think they're happy to turn the page.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Morant's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. But you talk about the turmoil for the Grizzlies last season. The trade talk surrounding Gasol and Mike Conley had to be a distraction.
And come to find out, even the front office and the coaching staff were on the hot seat. They held exit interviews and addressed the media. A few hours later, they were let go. Some awkward moments for sure.
Moutier, no good.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Shot by Crowder, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The Jazz working the ball around now. Davis kicks to Moutier. Passes it to Clarkson. Over Clark. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Grant, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Morant. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Dillon Brooks, he's checked in for Memphis. He's perfect from the line this time.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Moutier past to Ingles. Back to Moutier. Davis looking for an opening. It's over Morant. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Utah shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And he can't hit the second. Memphis trailing here. Anderson outside. He kicks to Brooks. Back to Anderson for the tie. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Anderson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Working off contact is something Anderson does extremely well, and he does it a lot.
And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for Utah. They've led by as much as 10. The dish to Davis. Top of the key, Clarkson. Ingles against Crowder. Ingles dishes to Davis. Now, here's Clarkson. T right on him. Just 2 to shoot. Anderson with the block. For the lead. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
shot.
A versatile swingman, Kyle Anderson's nickname is Slow-Mo for his methodical style of play.
Clarkson with the ball. He's got 9. To the left wing. Here's Moutier. Good on the triple. Moutier's got the game tied up here for Utah.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Tie game in Utah. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Williams-Goss is out there with Moutier, and it's Clarkson in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Now here's Crowder. Back to Anderson. A beautiful reverse layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Moutier finds Clarkson. Tipped away. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Brooks. No good that time. And it's Utah the other way. Clarkson with the ball. He's picked up by Brooks. And that one's good. Williams-Goss.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Now here's Morant, defended by Moutier. Swiped it away. Here's Williams-Goss. The second effort. Grizzlies with the rebound.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And another miss by Memphis.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
They get it back. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got his 4th assist in this one. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. He feeds it to Crowder. Gobert with the block. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Jazz. Conley now comes in for Emmanuel Moutier. Then for the Grizzlies, Valanciunas comes in for Clark. And it's Jackson in for Kyle Anderson. Now here's Conley. Tight defense on him. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Conley. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
The sneaky athleticism of Conley, able to absorb the hit there and still get the shot.
And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Williams-Goss. That's good from Conley.
It's so good to see Mike Conley out there. After all the injuries, I just love how the offense runs with him at the helm.
Now here's Morant. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Doesn't have to jump much because of his length. It is unmatchable. Rudy Gobert.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Morant kicks to Jackson. Pass to Crowder. 4 on the shot clock. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. Outside Conley. Kicks it to Davis. Brooks against Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
And finished off by Morant.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
Now here's Conley. Dishes it to Mitchell. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. Nice D from Valanciunas.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Here's Morant. Brooks outside. And there's the pass to Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Jazz leading by 7. Now here is Conley. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Mitchell outside. Again, Mitchell missing. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for Memphis. And there's Jackson on the assist by Brooks. And now it's only a 5-point Utah lead. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Conley with it. He's picked up by Morant. Grizzlies with the rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And Crowder slams it in.
And for Jay Crowder, nothing has been given to him. He fights and he competes.
And the Jazz call time here.
And coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Jackson, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
Now here is Conley. Pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Passes to Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 10 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
Now here's Jackson. Over Davis. Misses off the right iron. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now an 8-point Jazz lead.
You have to box out Rudy Gobert, and if you don't, he will dunk it with force.
Valanciunas passes to Jackson. Over Davis. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. It goes on Ed Davis.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
And the second free throw, good. Now Conley. And the layup's good off the glass. Conley's got 10 points in just the second half.
Conley is so adept in pick and roll sets. The defense never knowing if he's going to pass or shoot after the screen.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Mitchell, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Here's Conley. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Morant kicks to Valanciunas. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
And you know, the adjustments should have already been made. They know he's a good shooter from that spot.
Here is Conley. After the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Brooks. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Brooks. And both free throws good for Brooks. Jazz leading by 5. Outside Conley. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Davis. Nice D from Valanciunas.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's like a surgeon down low operating in the paint. He is incredibly effective there.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. They've led by as much as 10. He dishes it to Mitchell. Out to Conley. Back to Mitchell. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist here tonight. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Down low. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. So it's the Jazz now. The feed to Davis. And there it is for him. And now a 7-point Jazz lead.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Morant passes to Jackson. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Now, here's Mitchell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I just don't know how you defend Donovan Mitchell. He's a dangerous offensive player, and he's learning how to get to the free throw line.
That free throw missing.
In a short time span, I'm amazed at how far Donovan Mitchell's come. He has very few weaknesses for a young player.
Crowder, he's checked in for Josh Jackson. And he's good on the second. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Now here's Brooks. He kicks it to Morant. Up top, Crowder. Some nice passing there by Memphis, and the shot is good. That's now 22 points for John Morant.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Pass to Gobert. There's the dish to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. There's the pass to Conley. Outside, Davis. Here's Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. Morant passes to Crowder. Kicks to Brooks. Back to Crowder. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Mitchell. And it's in there. And it's a 9-point Jazz lead.
On that play right there, you see Mitchell's impressive speed and body control in the open court.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. And the baseline jumper, no good. Utah has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Conley up top. At the top of the key, Gobert. Pass to Takes a three. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 9. To the inside. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. Passes it to Gobert. Back to Conley. He kicks it to Gobert. Bogdanovich against Crowder. Bogdanovich, no luck. Here's Davis. That shot, no good. And it's Memphis the other way. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Morant. Gobert with the block. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Here's Jackson. Goes up off the inbound. Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
And an intentional foul right there.
Two shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're behind by 7. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
And here's Bogdanovich. Stolen by Jackson. So we see the Jazz get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Rudy. This is a defense-first team, and you picked it up in the second half. What changes did you make at the half?
I feel like we weren't focused in the first half defensively, and we just have to come back and communicate and just be focused, and that's what we did.
Attention to detail, Rudy. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.